Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video I want to show you the LubeCube from Stupid Simple Tools. The LubeCube is a CNC mist system that consists of this massive canister. It can hold, I think, half gallon of coolant. You have a pressure regulator, pressure gauge, and then this unit where you can adjust the air and the coolant flow, and then this magnetic base that actually screws into this unit. The idea is that you attach this magnetic base somewhere to your CNC, and then you adjust or point that nozzle to your cutting bit. Of course, you also get a mounting bracket and some hose. I'm pretty curious how this system will improve my cutting results. Before I actually can use it, there's one thing I have to do. As there's nothing magnetic on my Z assembly, I will have to machine some kind of mounting plate. So stay tuned, I'll be back in a minute and let's see how this thing performs. Alright guys, in the meantime I machined a small mounting plate that I bolted to my spindle clamp. And basically I adjusted everything, connected all the hoses. This here is a small check valve that comes with this set that you need if you mount the bucket or the canister lower than the nozzle, and this check valve prevents the coolant from flowing back. Simple physics. That's basically it. And when everything is set up, you can adjust the amount of air or coolant pretty conveniently by turning this knob. And let me show you what happens when I turn my compressor on. Probably pretty hard to see on the camera, but now coolant is sprayed out of the nozzle. With all being set up now, I think it's time to test whether the system really improves my cuts or my finishes or not. And in order to do that, I have a small block of 6061 aluminum that we will surface, or we run a few finishing passes with this BAP 3-flute 25mm tool, and we will run the same tool path with and without coolant, and then we can compare the outcome. Okay, that's the finish now that we got without any coolant, and as you can see, it looks already pretty good. I spent a lot of time to trim my machine properly. There are no ridges, nothing. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's see if it looks even better with coolant being used. And to make it fair, I will kind of reset the surface. Okay, that was the second run with coolant being used, and it's honestly pretty hard to tell, and especially for you guys watching YouTube, but in my opinion the surface is slightly better. It's not a big difference because it was already pretty good before, but I think it improved it, yeah, just a tiny bit. So what's my verdict on that system? Yeah, after all, every component that was part of the kit yeah, seems to be of good quality. Everything is solid. This unit is made of aluminum. The canister seems super sturdy. Everything is great actually, so I can really recommend that system. If you source everything yourself in China, you probably can get things a bit cheaper, but yeah, I like the set as it is, and I always try to support small local businesses, so that's why I can definitely recommend getting that system. There's one thing I have to mention. When I got that kit, the pressure regulator and the pressure gauge, they just didn't fit together. It turned out that one part had an 1/8 inch NPT thread, while the other part had a 1/8 inch BSP thread. So one had a North American standard and the other had a British standard thread. They just didn't fit. And I mean, that can always happen if you probably order all your parts from China. However, I wrote an email to the guys from Stupid Simple Tools, and I kind of thought there would be an easy solution for that. And it took kind of forever, like 3 or 4 days for the first email to come back, and they basically suggested that I just fix the thread or recut the thread with a tab myself. I didn't have such a tab, so I didn't do it. I ended up buying a small adapter from Amazon. Not a big deal. And however, I would have wished for this issue to be kind of solved in a different way. However, maybe these guys are super busy. There's probably a good reason for that. But yeah, I would have wished for another way to deal with this kind of issue that I had when I got my kit. Nevertheless, the whole tool as it is works great. I like it a lot. I think it will improve the cuts that I do on my CNC a lot, and I think it will also help to reduce the tool wear that I definitely have when I'm doing rougher cuts, especially 3D adaptive toolpaths, for example. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video, and see you soon again, guys.